Hey everybody, let's take a look at today's GuitarThinker.com daily quiz. What chord is this? Let me see. We've got a G root note, a B, and a D. There's another G, another D, and another G. I would say that this, given the options, best choice, absolutely a G major chord. This is a G, B, and D. That makes G major. This is a really common open chord shape. Okay, another really common open chord shape here. We've got an A, an E, there's another A C sharp, and an E. We know that A, C sharp, and E, that triad makes up an A major chord. Now, there might be other notes in here that are repeated. That's a repeated E note, that's a repeated A note, but this chord shape, A, C sharp, and E, that's an A major chord. Okay, a little harder this time. We've got our root note is still A. We've got an E, A, and right here this is a B. So a B in the key of A is the second note in the key of A. So the second note in the key of A, assuming that we don't have a C sharp of a third, we would typically call a 2. So this could be called an add 2. It could be called a sus 2. We at GuitarThinker.com typically like to call it a 2. Commonly seen that way on chord charts. Okay, this next one, we've got our staff back here so we can see the relationship between these different notes on the fretboard and the notes on the staff. I think that that's pretty great. We can see that this chord is constructed with the root, third, fifth, and dominant seventh. That's the flat seventh, or 1/2 step below the seventh note of the G major scale. I think that given that this is a G root note, we could probably assume, given the options here, that this is a G7 chord. All right, very pretty chord shape here. We can see that we've got an A root note and we've got no C sharp. So we've got no third, but we do have a fifth, seventh, and a ninth. The best option for this chord, given these options below, is probably a major ninth. We've got a major seventh, that's where the major comes from, not the major third, and we've got a ninth. Now, yes, we are leaving out the major third, but you know what? On guitar, we've only got so many strings, we've only got so many fingers, so it is common to leave out notes sometimes. So root, fifth, seventh, and ninth, very likely we'd call this an A major 9 chord. In the key of G major, what's the function of this chord? Well, E is the sixth note in the key of G major, and this is a minor seventh shape. So given these options, I think the best option is 6 minor. Okay, B is the third note in the G major scale. So this means that this could be considered the third chord in the G major scale, and this is a minor seventh shape. So given these options below, dash means minor, 3 minor is the best option. Okay, how do we spell, or how do we construct a G minor 7 chord? We need a root, we need a flat third, we need a flat seventh, and we need a fifth. Okay, I can see that this D note dropped down to D flat. Everything else is exactly the same. We call that a G minor 7 flat 5 chord, also called a G half diminished seventh. That's a root, flat third, flat fifth is where that flat 5 comes from, and then minor seventh, that means we've got a dominant seventh or a flat seventh. Okay, the last one's going to end easy. It looks like root, third, fifth, and seventh makes a major 7 chord. In this case, a G major 7 chord. All right, that was it. That's the daily quiz from GuitarThinker.com. It is different every day. There are all kinds of questions: chord construction, scale construction, being able to identify chord shapes, intervals, notes on the neck. There's all kinds of stuff that is really helpful for you to take a look at each day. The more you do it, the better you get, and the better you get, the better you're thinking, and the better you're thinking, the better you are playing. See you there.